Good morning, everyone. It's a gorgeous fall day here. Yes. And I'm home alone. All alone with all of my critters. And I get to take care of the barn and the this and the that and that, which I haven't done in quite some time. Maybe I'll make a video over at the barn too. ah. Mm. Uh, Things have been here as they have been. That is that. I mean, it's a reading the Old Testament and kind of keeping, what's God's point of view in anything when it comes down to it. How about fighting with people? How about pushing His power on people? How about pushing His laws on people? What does He actually do? I'm not good enough for you to guide you, even though I'm the creator of everything. I should know how these things work and this and that, and how it's going to end up well, right? With the least amount of damage or destruction. He says, well, if you want to go ahead and do your own thing, then what am I going to do about it? Right? And he steps aside until what? We learn our lessons. And I found the same thing. So again, I'm reading the Old Testament, and I'm not all that happy about it. I'm not going to be wanting to get at me here. And I'm seeing some. Oh my gosh, how did the people actually just fix things according to their own agendas and wishes and completely disregard God's guidance, right? And I kind of had the same thing happening here, where I suddenly had to say, I'm going to have to let people do what they think they can do better, right, with a lot less experience than I have, and step out of the way and just say, go ahead, go ahead, and really step out of the way. Yes, so I have, and different things have gone a little astray, but not gonna mention too much about any of that, because again, it's what's happening here, what's restoring here. And I feel us to really, yeah, okay, who's really under the guidance of God here? I'm going to have to learn from whom? God. Yes. So I stepped aside. Now, though, I get to go and, do what? The barn needs desperate cleaning. Desperate. Very, very desperate. Uh, Snakes in the barn never happened before. Well, there's probably a reason for that. There are certain other things that happened, never happened before. Okay, well, again. And had an interesting thing happening. Also, never happened while I was right there seeing it. Sissy comes down. She says, "Guess what just happened?" And I'm going, "What?" And she's like, "There was a centipede that crawled out of the drain into the sink in the upstairs bathroom." And she watched it happening, crawling around. I said, "What you do?" She says, "Well, I grabbed it with some paper towel, and I stuck it in I squished it and stuck it in the waste basket." And I said, "So is the waste basket still up there now?" So anyway, so the waste basket. I'm sitting right here. I'm going, okay, let's see what else is going to happen. The waste basket comes down here. The bag's not tied up, taken out, and put in the garbage or anything. It's just, okay, so you want me to inspect it? I wasn't quite sure what that was all about. So I take the bag out and I tie it up and I look, and there it is, and it looks like it's dead. And going, oh, it looks like it's dead. Just put it in either in the garage in the can or here in the can. Okay, and then just put a new bag in there. And about 3 or 4 minutes later, here comes my husband and brings the bag back out. It's still alive. Okay. It's like, all right, okay, what is this? Oh, I'm going, okay. And he sticks the bag back into the waste basket that's still down here from upstairs. And okay, so I take the bag and the wastebasket, put the wastebasket on the stairs to put another bag in, and take the bag and I put it in the garbage can. Mm, done. Okay. But the whole scenario around it was comical. So what would I have? I was up there today and I went, well, I looked down into that hole, the little thing, the stopper that goes in it. Broke a long time ago, and yeah, so you have to be careful. Don't drop anything down in there. Yeah, I've opened it up and found toothbrushes and okay. Well, anyway, so but we have a little stopper to just completely stop it, and I've been putting that in just when there's nobody up there, so that people aren't going to get more freaked out if not something else crawls up in there. I can't change that. That's where do we live here, and it happens, right? So, but again, okay, that's never happened, or as far as I know. And so I'm gonna have to go and look at that one pipe down here and see what's going on, and make sure that the water flow is good, because then there's nothing can crawl up in there, right? So there may be a problem somewhere else. I'm gonna have to go and find, right? Yes, yeah. Well, does anybody know how to find that? Probably not, because they've not lived here for as long as I have. Okay. What would I have done? If I'd have seen that thing crawl up, we have a window up there in the bathroom. I'd opened up the screen and I would have taken it and throw it out. There you go, honey. Let's see how you do in the outside world. Yes? Yeah, well, you know what? It's one of those things. Right? Centipedes and millipedes can bite you and they can hurt you. Okay. But in all my life, living here and other places where I was out in nature, where there were plenty of them, I've never gotten hurt by any of them. And I'm going on 60. So they're not animals that are out to get you or anything. Yes? Okay, all right. So, isn't it interesting on how people deal with certain things and on how you yourself are being made aware of, right? Then to something that has a very simple solution if I don't know, you know where you live, you know how to view God's creations, and just it happens. Yes, okay. But anyway, I'm happy. Oh, and then I went out yesterday. I asked my husband, say, "Hey, do you want to bring the cart and we're going collect all the cushalls and the butternut squash, before the frost." We went out there, and about at least 6 or 7 cushalls I've still seen. I've got 3 of them, huge ones, already picked. So, all gone. Eaten up. No doubt by the horses and the pigs. I was too late for those. But the butternut squash were all still there, and we collected about 20 plus of them, bigger, smaller, some of them still ripening, but I took them all. Not taking that chance. And I'll have plenty over the winter, through the summer next year, to last me. Yes. So, yeah, it was interesting. Well, somebody feasted well here. And some of these cushalls were huge still laying out there. There isn't a bite left. Not a bite. My husband says, well, I don't know what got in here. It doesn't look like the horses. I said, what do you call this? What do you call that? What is this? They were all horse hooves. Ah, Father, you share. You get some, you give some, right? You give some, you get some. Yes. But considering that they grew, again, in the manure pile, when she says, oh, amazing, they not, you didn't plant anything here. I said, yes, I actually did on purpose. He says, why did you do that? I said, so that the vines and this and that wouldn't be in anybody else's ways, right? Yes. Well, anyway. Anywho, so that's what I have to share this morning. The sun is shining right in my eyes. Okay. Now I'm here all by myself, and I have tons of time to get certain things back in order. without anybody knowing that, that yep, there's some things you guys missed. And before wintertime, that has to be done. So, it's wonderful. And except for talking about it here, it's not going to be advertised anywhere else. So why do I mention it? Because again, who do you want to learn from? Everybody around you that has their own opinions and ideas and how things should be, and most likely an agenda? Or you want to be guided by God? Do you need a king out there? Do you need these leaders that are just doing whatever? Or would you like to, should you be guided by God? His ways. Yes? All right, so we are in 1 Samuel 29. David is sent away by the Philistine leaders. The Philistines mustered all their forces at Aphek, while the Israelites pitched camp near the spring in Jezreel. The Philistine commanders marched past with their hundreds and their thousands, and David and his men brought up the rear with Achish. The Philistine chiefs asked, "What are these Hebrews doing?" Achish replied to them, "Why, this is David, the servant of Saul, king of Israel, who has been with me for the last year or two. I have had no fault to find with him from the day he gave himself up to me until the present time." It's interesting. Now, Achish says a year or two, and we know that before it said 1 year and 4 months. Right? We have an exact time here. People like to, it's what it is. Yeah. I have had no fault to find with him from the day he gave himself up to me until the present time. But the Philistine chiefs were angry with him. "Send the man back," they said. "Make him go back to the place which you assigned to him. He cannot go into battle with us, in case he turns on us and once battle is joined. Would there be a better way for the man to regain his master's favor than with the heads of these men here? Is not this the David of whom they sang as they danced? Saul has killed his thousands and David his tens of thousands." So Achish called David and said, "As Yahweh lives, you are loyal, and I am quite content with all your doings in our campaigning together, since I have found no fault with you from the day you came to me until the present time." Wait a second. Achish says to David, "As Yahweh lives." Interesting. He acknowledges God. "So go home in peace rather than antagonize them." "But what have I done?" David asked Achish. "What fault have you had to find with your servant from the day I entered your service to the present time, for me not to be allowed to go and fight the enemies of my lord the king?" In reply, Achish said to David, "In my opinion, it is true. You are as good as an angel of God." Oh, here again. "But the Philistine chiefs have said, he must not go into battle with us. So get up early tomorrow morning with your master's servant who came with you and go to the place which I assigned to you. Do not harbor resentment, since personally I have no fault to find with you. Get up early tomorrow morning, and as soon as it is light, be off." So David and his men got up early to leave at dawn and go back to Philistine territory, and the Philistines marched on Jezreel. That's the end of 29. So interesting. Achish, in a way, understands the concerns of the Philistine chiefs, generals, whatever they were, and goes to David and says, and David goes, "But why? Have you found any fault with me?" And again, it's like, okay, I don't know what the IQ was of the people at that time. It doesn't sound, okay, all right. And David doesn't, I mean, he's going to be king. I mean, we know now. He's going to be king someday. And David has so little comprehension and understanding of human conflict and how things work together, is it really a good idea for him to band with the Philistines and their army and go and fight God's people? They're still God's people, are they not? Or are they not anymore? Are they already not God's people anymore? What happened there? Right? Yes? Achish acknowledges God several times when he talks to David. And I find that very interesting. It's almost as if, in a way, God's giving Achish, though David doesn't have any understanding of anything, God is giving it to Achish and says, and it's kind of guiding him. Right? Yes, don't pull him into that. It's a bad idea to pull him into fighting against his own people at this time. Again, what's God's point of view in all this? How's God trying to salvage the situations going on at that time? Interesting on how he uses anyone that's willing to listen, right? So, Achish, interesting man. Yes. All right. Well, that's it. That's all for today. I've got to get going. Home alone. Home alone. Oh my gosh. Brings a song back to my mind. Me and God by Josh Turner and what was that older guy's name now? Oh, I should remember that. Me and God. It's going to be me and God here for a little while. And I'm going to relish that time. Relish the time when you have, yes, that time in the wilderness with just you and God. Ah, to me, this is renewal time every time. Yes, yeah, one could think, yeah, all the stuff going on out in the world, this, that, yes. If one believes, right, that people like the spiritual, this, that, and the the center yourself. Okay, all right. All them different religions with their spiritual views, this, that, and how that it works. Right? It's energy. Yes, you can't just have chaos all the time, happening all the time. That's a very destructive energy. So energy coming from a place like this here, with just being God. Yes. Does what? Yes. It's guidance out there for people too, just like for Achish. Yes. Though not directly involved per se with God, though he mentions God. There's something going on somewhere where Achish can receive. Yes? I don't think that David was a very good guidance in all that. Well, that's all I have to share this morning. Got to get going. The dogs are still out and running around. It's almost as if they know too. We don't have to be back within 2 hours. It's just Mama home, and she doesn't care if we're out there for longer, as long as they're not being what? Destructive out there, which they won't be. Anyway, so there it is. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you all another time.